Hello YouTube, my name's Ty376, and there's been a word that I've been seeing a lot of recently, and I didn't really know what that word meant, and it was roguelike. There were games being described as roguelikes, and I didn't necessarily understand what made a game that way, since FTL is considered a roguelike. Diablo would be considered a roguelike. And those games aren't really related. At least, I don't think they are. So I wanted to find out why the term was called roguelike. And apparently, it's any game that takes after the characteristics that were in Rogue. A game that was made, oh my god, I think it was in the 1980s, probably by some stoned college kid. This isn't Rogue, this is an application called 10Rogue, and it's supposed to give us the original feeling, the original game, I suppose. And I wanted to see if I could play it. So this is 10Rogue. It doesn't look like much. We start off with a little box in the corner. There's a smiley face, a little asterisk thing, and a capital letter E. We can move our arrow keys, sort of move the smiley face around. Okay, so that's pretty much that. We can use the arrow keys, or we can use the numpad if we wanted to move diagonally. Let's figure out what this E is. Oh, it's an emu. So now apparently we're in combat with an emu, but we missed, and the emu missed. Okay, I missed again. Okay, we're in this perpetual missing cycle. All right, the emu was killed. That was combat in Rogue. It's pretty exciting. Detailed, at least. Alright, so let's figure out what this this little asterisk is up here. By the way, I have played this game before doing this, and I kind of know what I'm doing, a little bit. Oh, it's 55 gold pieces. That's actually a lot of money to be starting off with. Gold actually doesn't do anything in this game. It's kind of a marker that they put on the leaderboards after you die. Kind of marks how far you got into the game. So before we move on, we're going to be a good Boy Scout here and check our inventory, because we do have one. We have some food, we have some ring mail that we're wearing, and we have a mace that we're wielding, a bow, and some arrows. Well, to be honest, I've never used the bow, and I've never used the arrows either, so we're going to drop those. We don't really need that food yet, but we're going to continue down this little pipe here that it has notched out of the wall. I don't want to go too fast, because I don't know what might be on the other side of this darkness, but it just appears to be more hallway. Oh, okay, so there's another entrance to another room, and upon entering that room we can see what's in it. It's a capital letter H. Let's see what this is. That's a hobgoblin. Okay, and now we're fighting a hobgoblin. We missed. But we defeated it, I guess. Okay, it's a little strange. Let's move on. Now, the controls to this game are actually extremely intricate, and it does take a while to get used to them. And I was going to talk about that a little bit later, but I actually have no idea why there are so many enemies in this room. Hold on, maybe I don't want to go that way. There might be an... Oh, God. God, no. Okay, yeah, this might be extremely bad situation. Now, it's not too bad if I can fight these enemies one-on-one, except for the fact that I'm apparently missing a lot of my hits. And, okay, so we killed it. I'm not going to survive much longer, as you can see my hit points down there. Oh, okay, so we killed the ice monster. Congratulations to us. And we actually leveled up to Guild Novice. It gave us some hit points back. We got a few points in our strength. That's about it. And now we're just fighting a bat. Okay, so it looks like these enemies are kind of coming out one-on-one. Or one by one, excuse me. So maybe... Okay, well... Those enemies seem to have dissipated. But now I've come across this huge stash of items. This is actually really strange. This has never happened to me before. A lot of food, that's really good. Some arrows that I'm not going to need. A two-handed sword. Some more gold. That is, again, a lot of gold to be having at the beginning of the game. A plaid potion. Splint mail, okay. And we have this little note. And a scroll, okay. So let's fight this capital letter I, which is an ice monster. Okay, yeah, these enemies are not really liking me. Oh, we leveled up again after killing that bat. That's nice. One of the things that would be weird in this game is if I actually survived for an extremely long time. Simply because I've been fighting all these enemies and leveling up. Alright, we killed that kestrel. Alright, we seem to be in a pretty good spot right now. Let's check the inventory real quick, because we did pick up some things. I don't know where... It says we have 2 rations of food, but we had 2 to begin with, so I don't know where that other food went. Which isn't very good, but it's no matter. We're not starving. There's some splint mail and a two-handed sword. Let's see if I can remember how to do this. Yeah, we're going to wield that two-handed sword. And as for armor... I actually don't remember how to put on that armor, and I was going to explain the controls later, so I'll do that a little bit later. See if we can survive this absolute onslaught of enemies. Let's see if there's more. Okay, well, this hallway seems to be clear for the most part. Okay. Now that upside down exclamation mark was a crimson potion. They're all potions. The thing about this game is that it doesn't tell you what the potions do until you drink them, or quaff them, I suppose. They would be in this game. So yeah, really, it's only worth spending potions once you're low on health to figure out, well, what potions would give you health, because it's not exactly straightforward in this game. You know, red potion gives you health, and blue potion gives you mana. You could end up dying from drinking a potion because you didn't know what it was. So there's this little green blinky thing. We're not picking it up when we're hovering over it, so we're going to leave it alone for right now. Okay, another room. Again, getting extremely lucky here with some more food, a white potion, some gold, and then an emu that's not moving. Well, definitely not moving anymore. I do really want to reiterate and hammer down the point that it's really strange for me to be encountering this many enemies on the first level. And also coming across the absolute, you know, I guess motherlode of weapons, armor, and food, apparently. Which I guess would make sense. I mean, how would all these monsters have survived down here without having all this food just laying about? If there wasn't any food, then they would all have died of starvation. After all, there really is no way to exit the dungeon. We can only go down. Okay, so let's kill this emu. That's the other thing, is that I don't understand why there are emus in a dungeon, but okay. And we have a germanium ring that we can put on in a little bit, and we have some more gold. So we have about 100 gold right now. Yeah, 200 gold, nice. Again, doesn't really do anything in the game. It's just kind of a dick that you can swing around, I guess. And we leveled up, okay. So it's a pretty good time to look at the controls of the game, if I can even remember what button brings up the controls. Yes, here we go. So these are all the controls in the game. The function keys you don't really have to know, but all of those keys on basically the bottom half of the screen you pretty much have to know in order to play the game. Depending on how long I survive, I might be bringing this up a couple times. Right now I'm looking at how to take the armor off, because I did want to put on that splint mail. The capital letters mean I have to hold shift when I press it. Okay, we also have the ability to read the scrolls that I got, which I might do. We do have that ring that we can put on also. Okay, so we might have to come back. Anyway, let's take off that. Yep, let's take off that armor, which is what we did, and Control or Shift W will bring up our armor that we can wear. Press H to put on the splint mail, which is +0 but armor class 7. I'm not gonna argue about that. And Shift P. Oh, is it? I think that's put on ring. Yes. So when we put on the ring, it's not going to tell us what it does. So we're gonna have to sort of guess that on our own. We can. You know what? I'm gonna put it on my left hand. And it seems to have given us +2 strength. So that's nice. Also on that little screen with all the controls, it told us how to go up and down staircases. I actually don't know why they even include the option to go up a staircase, because it's impossible in this game. We also have the ability to rest. I believe resting gives us some HP back. We can eat food, craft potions, as I was saying. Oh, I did want to press R to read that scroll. Oh, we're gonna do that down here. So this little blinky guy, that's a staircase. And we're gonna go down into another dark area. This room has a little bit of gold in it. And like I was saying, I was going to read that scroll, which is Pel Fekbak Dira. The scroll vanishes, and ooh, my two-handed sword glows blue. So I want to call that scroll the glowy blue weapon. Okay. So let's continue exploring this dungeon of doom, shall we? Another scroll. You know what? Dickpa Pizfuck. Alright, we're gonna read that. It vanishes, of course, and my hands begin to glow red. Oh, well, we're gonna call it the red-handed scroll. I really don't know what that does. The glowing blue sword, I can imagine that just makes my sword more powerful. Okay, we're just gonna wake up this snake who was minding its own business, and we're just gonna put it down. Oh, that bat's pissed now. Oh, but he's not liking me. There we go. That's what I mean. Combat pretty straightforward in this game. Quite literally, you just press towards the enemy and put it down. The descriptions don't really get any different, other than oh, you miss, oh, you're stunned, oh, you killed it. Oh, maybe that snake ate my food. That's not good. No, he did not. Okay, thank you for that food. So yeah, some more stuff. Ice monster. So you can pretty much, get a sense of how this game was played when it was made. You know, procedurally generated levels were quite new, of course. When it was made, no one's ever done it before. And even though it looks extremely archaic, I killed something there. It looks really old and maybe even unplayable. It's one of those things where the concept is so simple. And while I'm explaining things, I'm apparently dying of not eating. Okay, that food tasted good. As long as you inject your imagination into the game, I mean, there's tons of things and stories and background information that you can actually think up while you're playing this game. I mean, if you're stoned enough, you can pretty much make your own story for your character and why these enemies are down here and what we're actually doing. I can see it. I mean, it's basically like Diablo, except, the art direction isn't exactly there. As for the story, okay, oh god, let's try to get through this. Segsep, Coxpock, Quack. Read. Yes. This scroll is blank. Apparently it is the blank scroll. It's the black scroll. Sure, whatever. As far as the story goes, our hero, the smiley face, is here for a reason. We're looking for an amulet, which is apparently either worth a lot of money or a weapon that we can use to destroy the evil that lurks inside this dungeon. Of course, we're never going to get there, which is fine by me. I think the highest level I've gotten to, or I suppose the lowest level, as it were, I think it would be level 7 for me. And it's one of those things where, since in this game when you die you have to start all over again, I was quite invested. That's the thing about roguelikes is, once you die, it's hardcore mode. You got to start from the beginning. It's kind of amazing to me how anybody could have beaten this game, really, or at least spent so much time on this game that they were able to beat it. All right, we're gonna move on right here, but we are going to check our inventory before we get into a fight with that kestrel and pick up that food. Let's take a look at what we got. We got plenty of potions, that armor. You know what? Hold on, we're gonna drop some stuff. We're gonna drop that armor that we're not wearing, which is that ring mail. Yeah, I know. And then we're going to drop those arrows that we don't need. Let's look at the other stuff. It's a slime mold. That slime mold is edible. If we run out of food, then we can eat that. That germanium ring gave us 2 strength. We have another ring, so we're going to put that on. Let's see. Get out of there. Okay, right. Emerald ring is on the right hand. I didn't notice anything that happened, so let's pick up that food and get that kestrel. I guess right now, right now I'm hungry, so we're gonna eat some. We're gonna eat that slime mold. And apparently that was a yummy slime mold. That's really strange. Please don't let me stop you. We're gonna quaff a potion now. It's basically Russian roulette at this point. And I don't really need to drink these, but might as well show you how that goes. Press G. We're going to try this violet potion there. And I feel stronger. What bulging muscles. That's nice. It'd be useful to have those in real life. It looks like it gave us +1 strength. You know what? Let's double down here. Let's take that crimson potion, see what that is. Okay, and it showed us the location of some of these enemies. It looks like there's a snake and what might be an orc there. I'm just going to guess because it is capital letter O. As you might have guessed by now, those capital letters are just the first initial of the enemy name. I suppose when they got to E, they didn't really know what kind of enemy started with E, so they just chose Emu. Just like, yeah, you know, there are evil emus in the game. Oh my goodness. I'm trying to hold down the keys so my character moves faster, and sometimes it sticks and doesn't work. It's killing me just a little bit inside. Oh. Okay, so we've gotten to a hallway that apparently has no exit. Fortunately, well, if I can do this right, there is a way to search for, yeah, here we go, a search for a secret door or a trap, which is lowercase s, so we're going to try to do that. There we go. And it's opened up a little hole for us. Oh, and looks like some arrows and a scroll. Okay, we're going to hold on to that. A short bow. I'm not going to use that. And we're going to wake this snake up and stomp on it. Sorry, buddy. Okay, get rid of some enemies there. And we're going to fight an okay. And there we go, that item set we dropped. Alright, moving on. So, I mean, you can pretty much get the gist of this game. It really doesn't get any different than this, at least in my experience it doesn't. You know, as you might have noticed, there are these rooms that are completely dark and we can't really see. I'm not really sure what the strongest enemy is that I've ever fought in the game. But I've fought in a lot of kestrels and emus, I'll tell you what. The layout actually of the levels does get a little bit more intricate as the game moves on. As you can see, there's little open areas in these hallways. The only thing that I can sort of tell that those are there for is that if you're getting attacked in the hallways, just when it's very narrow like this, you can take them on one by one. In these little areas over here, it looks like you can get surrounded by enemies, but we're not going to worry about that. Not only because it's never happened to me, but also because our character is quite badass right now. All these rooms look to be quite dark. We're going to take a look at the scrolls that we have, or that one scroll that we have, see if that maybe will light up the dungeon. It's probably not going to. It's probably going to end up poisoning us. But Kaljet Rooks Jek Zan. B. Okay, the scroll vanishes. And my armor glows, so that's glowy armor. And it, if you look down there in the lower right hand, it gave us a +1 armor class, which is pretty nice. It also says that we are weak, which might just mean that we're hungry. So let's try some food. Yep, that did the trick. Moving on. You know, my story for my character could go along the lines of, you know, because we do have to make up a story for the character. You know, he's, you know, he could be a kid, like 15, 16 years old, and be a part of a tribe or something. And, you know, part of his initiation would have to be, you know, the old man kicking him down a hole, and he would end up in a dungeon like this, and he said, okay, see if you can climb back out. Because, you know, that's what it takes to be a knight. That's what it takes to be a monster slayer. Okay, there we go. So if you didn't know what I was doing there, I was searching for a trapdoor to see if we could get to that staircase right there. There could be some more trapdoors, you know, in this hallway or something like that, leading down to that room, possibly. but we're gonna leave it alone as soon as we can get away from these enemies. Okay, so it's just getting darker and darker down in this dungeon. We've picked up a pine staff. I actually don't know how to use those. The staves, I think. I wanted to say that they have a certain amount of charges, but possibly not. You know, that's probably what happened to the emus also. The fact that there are so many emus down there. There was probably an emu tribe that, you know, was at one point on par with the humans and the orcs or something like that. And, you know, a long time ago, that was the initiation process for the emu knights as well. Their old man kicked them down a hole and said, see if you can climb a way out. But everyone knows emus can't fly and emus can't climb, so they were stuck in this dungeon for pretty much ever. Started reproducing and you know, seeing if they could create a society down here in the dungeon. Apparently they're thriving. There's plenty of them. That's actually how the ostriches survived the emu ostrich war. Is that, you know, the emus, while they might have been a little stupid, you know, so as to put themselves in a situation they couldn't have gotten out of, the ostriches didn't do that. They didn't have any stupid initiation processes like, you know, commanding their children to die. They stayed up top. As for my tribe, you know, I have no fucking idea what they were doing. I don't know what they were thinking sending me down here. I mean, just a kid with a bunch of potions. I mean, at this point, no, it's a centaur. I almost thought that said the centaur doesn't like me. Yeah, I would suppose that he didn't like me. He was fighting me. Okay, he's down. The centaurs in this game, or at least in my little world here, they're not you know, the humans and the horses that we all think that they were. Down here in this dungeon, you know, the orcs and the ostriches at a certain point found a way to crossbreed, you know, using some scrolls and some potions and stuff. And so the centaurs in this game are actually, you know, orcs' heads on top of emus' bodies, excuse me. Must be quite a strange sight. So I'm actually entering a part of the game where I actually really have to actively search for these doorways, these trap doors. And luckily, oh, that food was awful apparently. Luckily I have plenty of that food, so I can survive for a little bit longer. There we go. Oh, there's zombies down here too, yeah. That's the thing, is getting attacked by zombies. There are apparently zombies in this dungeon. Again, you know, it's something to do with, you know, the orcs and, you know, scrolls and potions and... okay, let's... This is kind of what I'm talking about, getting surrounded by enemies like this. We can back up... Hold on. Yeah, it's a rattlesnake. I don't know which one's stronger between the rattlesnake and the snake. We can back up into this hallway and just face these enemies one by one. So we can take down that emu. Yep, take down that snake, and then the zombie, just kill that. So we didn't get absolutely murdered right there. And it looks like at some point we leveled up. This is the highest level that I've ever been in this game, actually, fighter. This is turning into my worst nightmare. I haven't died. I have plenty of potions and food. You're kind of seeing what I'm saying is that you could be playing this game for an hour. If I was really lucky, I would encounter some sort of really strong enemy that would just take me down really quick. If you're wondering why I want to die, it's simply because I don't want to get too crazy into this dungeon. I don't want to be down here so long that I actually start hallucinating and making up things in my mind. That wouldn't be very ideal. Because, if this was me personally, I was just tried to have seen which of the potions made me drunk and try to drunk fight an emu. Okay, no, sorry guys, we do have that that staircase up there, it looks like. So we're gonna try to get up there. We are weak once again. Let's climb down, and then let's get some of that food going. That food's awful, apparently. Any food that we did find at the bottom of a dungeon might be awful. Alright, there's some studded leather armor. Let's just, be a good Boy Scout again and check our inventory. Of course, a lot of stuff at this point. I could drop some things. I don't really know. Oh, we have some scrolls. Oh, interesting. You know what we're gonna do is we're gonna spend some time getting rid of some of this stuff, because I don't need that mace that I haven't been using. Oh, and we're gonna drink. Yeah, we'll drink that plaid potion there. It's kind of curious that there is a potion that is plaid colored. And I got sick off of it. That's kind of to be expected from a plaid drink. That was unfortunate. Let's try the black potion, see if that heals us, maybe. No, it just... That was a little bit obvious. The black potion cloaks us with darkness. I actually didn't expect that to happen at all, but... like I was saying, the red potions don't exactly give you health. So it's kind of like the dark potion wouldn't exactly cloak you with darkness, but that's what it did. Cloaking us with darkness, I think it just means that we can't, all of these other rooms that we're going to enter, we won't be able to see. I think that's what that means. Anyway, let's drop some more stuff. We have a longsword. I don't know which one's stronger. But let's drop that staff because we know we're not going to use that. And then, you know what? Hold on. We're going to read that caught red-handed scroll. Of course, my hands are glowing red. We're going to see what that other scroll does too. That's Zakok Miso's Gim. Let's read that. And I fell asleep. Okay, well. Oh, I can move again. Okay, so... Apparently my sleep only lasted one turn. Oh. Yeah, looks like I ended up accidentally picking up all that shit again. Again, not exactly ideal. Whatever. I'm gonna move on. Oh, into the darkness. It really is. So at this point, when you're searching for trapdoors, you just basically spam S and the arrow keys. Oh, there we go. Oh, so that darkness cloak actually made it so that we can't see ahead of us. Oh, we actually can't see jack shit because we're getting attacked. We're getting injured. Here, hold on. Okay. So if that ever is, like I was saying, we got attacked from all sides in that little corridor there. Oh my goodness. Or we could have just gotten away with backing up into a hallway. This is pretty damn weak. Well, anyway, I mean, you pretty much get the idea of Rogue. And like I was saying originally, I was trying to figure out why the term was called a roguelike. Oh, we killed something. Basically a roguelike would be anything that... Oh my goodness. Any game whose characteristics come from Rogue, of course. That would be procedurally generated levels, you know, a bunch of randomness, potions, scrolls, being able to pick up items, stuff like that. Permadeath, actually a trait of roguelike. You know, that kind of thing. Well, guys, we've fallen into a trap where we found it looked like a lot of gold, and at this point, you know, our hero is cloaked in darkness. His hands glowing red. It's probably the only way he's able to navigate the dungeon, and he's fallen into a trap, fallen into a pit. It's a very dark pit of despair. And it is here that our story is actually going to end, because there's no way to get out. Oh, I got hit by a dart. And now I'm just getting attacked by some dark animal. But this is where our hero dies. This is where our 16-year-old, you know, tribal initiate dies alone and cold, without his family, without anyone to love him, and with only the rank of warrior next to his name. So I guess that's one thing that our hero can be proud of, is that he died starving on the cold stone floor as a warrior.